People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. A quick one. Good morning to those of you out here, or good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night, depending on when you see this. As you know, the transfer window is hotting up, if you could say that, and some clubs are making moves, other clubs are making moves in silence, other clubs are a bit pessimistic in relation to what they're doing or if they're actually doing anything. I don't know what sort of clubs that could be. Arsenal, apologies, people. It's early in the morning. I've got a bit of a cough. Let me have some water. But as you lot know, I might be an Arsenal fan. I love football at its general level, so we might as well talk about what's happening in the footballing world. Now, the first one, this was kind of done in silence to us normal football fans. Danny Ings signs for Aston Villa. It takes us by surprise, because, like I said, first thing, there was next to no noise about this, and obviously, this wasn't just decided yesterday and done yesterday. Either a week, 2 weeks, or whenever advisors have started talking. And at the time I saw it, I can't remember the hour, but I literally saw it as it was posted because I follow all the clubs on Twitter. 4 hours prior to that, you saw the Scum, the newspaper, speak about it, so they must have got wind. But in today's day and age, they did a good job of both clubs of keeping it under wraps as well. So it's fantastic. Obviously, the first thing I would say is the real winners are Liverpool, because they've got £6 million windfall out of nowhere from this Danny Ings sale after inserting a 20% clause. You could say Southampton, I do think they're going to need to sign a striker. It doesn't matter if you're trying to win the league, staying in the league, mid-table, a striker makes the difference, and especially a striker that scores goals. And with respect, I assure Southampton, they must have a target in line, but I don't look at their squad and think who's going to get the goals. So they're going to need to do something in that regards and replace him. Saying that as well, Southampton also, considering he's in the last year of his 3-year deal, he said he's not staying. To make 30 million, 24 million, when you consider 6 allegedly has gone to Liverpool, it could be worse, innit? He could have ran down his deal and you could have got absolutely nothing. And who knows, man? Maybe the 30 million, it would have been worth letting him run down his deal in their books if they can't find a suitable replacement, but they've got some money to move with. And I'm sure, they'll take a look on a couple of strikers. Adam Armstrong's being linked to Southampton, as he has been. Obviously, if Ivan Toney and Brentford didn't get promoted, there'd probably be an Ivan Toney link, but I'm sure there's things going on in that regards. So yeah, the first thing I thought of is ambition from Aston Villa, because again, for me, they've signed Leon Bailey, so they have my support when Arsenal's not playing. Same way Crystal Palace with Vieira do. They're trying their best to join the Leicesters and things like that in qualifying for Europe and pushing the boat out. Aston Villa for a number of years have been stable in the Prem now. Now they're trying to push the boat out, and you see ambition. Obviously, their plans are probably going to take a step back when it's confirmed that Jack Grealish goes to Manchester City. But, Buendia, Bailey, Ings, they're doing what they can to spread the creative and goal-scoring workload that Jack Grealish provides in and around the team. And to be fair to you, I'd rather one of Jack Grealish than the names I've said, but there is something to be said in that you can spread the workload about, because Grealish was injured for a couple of points last season and Villa might have been feeling some sort of way. And I back Villa because of the ambition they show to would have signed these players, in my opinion, even if Grealish stayed. But I think it shows ambition, really and truly, with everyone at Aston Villa. They gone after Ward-Prowse. They've brought in Danny Ings, who's 30 years of age, 29, grabs goals. They've got some quality that they've also brought in. They're making a meal of things. Obviously, Dean Smith has to get the best out of them. They need to gel tactically and all of that, but you could do a lot worse. I don't like to be cliche, but Danny Ings has shown himself as a Premier League proven striker, and he's a good forward. I also say on the topic of ambition, because they've either convinced Danny Ings to reject other clubs for Villa, or they've convinced him, he's better off not running down your deal and joining us, because he could have, because I'm not too sure. When you look at all the clubs he's been linked with, Spurs, they're probably not moving for someone until Harry Kane's decided, and they've been linked with the Fiorentina striker, the young, is it Serbian lad, Vlasovic? I can't say his name, but he's a baller. Chelsea, again, Danny Ings is probably not going to be the striker of the caliber they need. And what I mean by that is all the top clubs / European clubs that, I'm going off that because Danny Ings said he wants to play Europe, might not have made offers or might not have been able to commit to the package he might have got at Villa. So I think it shows ambition that at an important time in his career, he's willing to potentially forego qualifying for Europe to play for Aston Villa. And in his mind, obviously, the ambition, the deal that they're doing is obviously ambitious, or what they're trying to do as a club is ambitious. So, Danny Ings feels it's a better project to join than potentially other offers, or potentially staying at Southampton. So we'll have to see, people. I think it's a good deal for all parties involved. And like I said, for Danny Ings, I don't know if he got offers from the Champions League clubs that he wants, but it's a big move, and it's one that many people saw by surprise. And there's always one person who got wind of it and saw it happening. I hope they made a decent bank off it. In terms of official confirmation, as you lot can see, Aston Villa is delighted to announce the signing of Danny Ings. The English striker signed a 3-year deal after joining for an undisclosed fee from Southampton. As you know, he scored 14 goals last term for both club and country, and he joined summer recruits Leon Bailey, the Jamaican international, now the best winger in the Premier League, Ashley Young and Emi Buendia at Villa Park. And there's some solid signings. Young will play a part, but I think that's more so for mentality. Ings, Bailey, Buendia, if they gel and Dean Smith provides a system, then they're amazing to go with what they have already, John McGinn and all of these sort of things. And I'd back them to recruit 1 or 2 more and things like that. Dean Smith said Danny is an outstanding Premier League footballer who has scored goals wherever he's played. He's also a top professional with great character who will be a leader in our squad and a role model for our rapidly developing academy players who are now in and around the first team squad. I'm delighted to welcome Danny to our club. And they're right, Aston Villa do have a number of decent young players. So they're going to go from strength to strength. So congratulations on securing the signing of Danny Ings. And I mean, I'm keen to see what Bailey on the right, for example, Ings in the 10. Obviously, are they going to go 2 up front with, I don't know, with Watkins and Ings, or is it either or? Either way, they're 2 good options to have, really. If I was a Villa fan, I can't lie, I would have thought we was getting Tammy Abraham, but it is what it is. Danny Ings is a good signing, 3-year deal. Obviously, at the time he's at in his career, he's probably got better wages and better bonuses than he would have got at Southampton. I do think Aston Villa has more ambition than Southampton because, they clearly want to be more than just being in the Premier League now. They're trying to push the boat out with some recruits, and you'd back them to sign a few more. Like, they'll probably return to Southampton for James Ward-Prowse. And for me, I want James Ward-Prowse at Arsenal. So for Villa, that's a fantastic signing, and they've got a good bunch of players. Like I said, tactically, they all need to gel. It's not as simple as just signing players and expecting them to do a madness. But I hope they can get Europe, definitely, if Arsenal's not there. And as I said, because they've got the Jamaican international and because Crystal Palace have Vieira, when Arsenal's not playing, I want both of these teams to do well. So shout out to Aston Villa. Sorry, Villa fans, if you're happy for a sec, but we do need to mention this. The latest where Jack Grealish is concerned, allegedly the Aston Villa captain is to undergo his I was about to say Arsenal, I'd love it to be Manchester City medical on Thursday, which is today, ahead of his transfer for 100 million, people. As you can see there. So it is what it is. He'll be completing his move, and we'll see what happens in that regards. In relation to Lukaku, the latest on Lukaku allegedly says, he's told Inter Milan to accept Chelsea's offer. He wants unfinished business at Chelsea and things like that. I think Chelsea need a striker, and Lukaku's that. I do think there'll come a time where they question, is Lukaku the striker for them in a couple of years? But he scores goals. They need someone who can put the ball in the back of the net. I'm not sure anybody else can. So yeah, man, strikers galore. Danny Ings has moved. Lukaku looks like he'll be rejoining the Premier League, and obviously Jack Grealish looks like he'll be completing a move if and not when the time is right. And you probably see him confirm that Manchester City by tomorrow, really. But on that note, apologies for the screen freezing as I can currently see, people, but we're done here, people, really and truly. Please make sure you're there for my other content. Please make sure you're subscribed on YouTube and Twitch, people. DG, I'm out. Apologies for the freezing.